So I've done this yoga session just with my friends in mind who have just recently done the Gold Coast Marathon or running it, but also a great session for anyone who just it feels like they need to stretch the legs and the hips. We're going to start in downward dog. You can soften your knees so you can really lift and spread your sitting bones. And feel the stretch through the back of the legs. And spread your fingers nice and wide, spread them evenly. And really press your hands into the mat to stretch your spine. And take deep breaths. And slowly, mindfully, step your left foot up to the outer edge of the left hand. You can extend back through the right leg a little bit if you want to deepen into the posture. And then extend up through the left arm. So you're going to come into a gentle twist here. Bend into your front knee and press into your back heel so that you can sink into the hips a little. Make sure you're breathing. And slowly we'll bring the left hand down to the mat also, so both feet are on the inside of the left foot. You can activate the back leg and drop the hips a little. You'll feel quite a strong stretch through the front of that right hip flexor. Or you can just drop the back knee down as well. Makes it a little bit more gentle, and there's also the option to come onto the hands if you can't feel much, but you can also just stay on the hands or come to the forearms. So your choice. Doesn't really matter how deep you get into the posture, what matters is the quality of your breath and just softening as much as possible. Slowly you can start to bring yourself up to your hands and then just roll that left foot to the outer edge of the foot. It'll just take you in a little bit deeper into the pelvis. Keep it soft, keep it safe, and only move to your own limit. So no pushing or forcing, just allowing. Slowly you can roll that foot back so the sole of the foot is on the ground, and bring the foot in between the hands now. So the hands are on either side of the leg as you tuck the toes under on the back foot and draw the sitting bones back towards the back heel. So you can lengthen through that front leg. And you'll feel a strong hamstring stretch through the back of the left leg, and flex the foot, spread the toes, and really lengthen the spine away from the pelvis. Slowly you can start to bend into the front leg and bring the hands up to the top of the mat. Take the back knee off the mat and press into your back heel. And then slowly start to draw that left hip up and back. So as you draw the left hip up and back, you're going to drop that right hip down and forward just a little. Come to the fingertips, walk the hands back as much as you need to, and really lengthen the spine forward. Keep the breath moving to the belly. Keep activated through the legs. And then start to hug the whole front body into the back body as you slide that left leg back into downward dog, and have a stretch here in downward dog. Spread your fingers, press your hands, soften your knees, lift and spread your sitting bones. Slowly take that right foot up, step it mindfully up to the outer edge of the right hand, extend back through the left leg a little, sink into the hips. And then extend up through the right arm to come into that twist. Bend into your front knee and press into your back heel. Keep the breath moving. Slowly you can start to bring that right hand down to the inside of the right foot. Sink into the hips a little here. Keep the back leg active to really get into the front of that left hip flexor. In your own time, you can drop that back knee onto the mat just to relax a little bit more so you can soften into the posture. An option to stay on the hands here, or if it's more comfortable for you, you can drop down to the forearms. But remember, it's not about how low you get here. Just keep your attention on the breath and make sure you're not pushing and pulling the body around too much. So allow the body to unwind, allow the body to unravel by just letting the body relax as much as possible. breath moves down to the belly. Slowly you can start to bring yourself up to your hands, sink into the hips a little, and then roll that right foot to the outer edge to get a little deeper into the pelvis. Feel the breath moving in and out of the body. And slowly you can roll the sole of the foot back to the ground and take the right hand to the outer edge of the right leg. So you can start to walk the hands back here as you take the sitting bones back to your left heel and start to straighten through the right leg. Flex the right foot, spread your right toes and lengthen your spine up and away from the pelvis. And very slowly in your own time, you'll start to walk the hands back forward, bend into the front knee and activate the back leg by pressing into the heel. And then start to pull up and back through that right hip. So as you pull up and back through the right hip, the left hip will drop forward and down a little. Walk the hands back, come to the fingertips and really stretch the spine forward. Even lift and spread the sitting bones a little here. Nice flat back. Keep the neck an extension of the spine. And start to hug the whole front body into the back body. So you can slide that right leg back and stretch out again in your downward dog. Take a few breaths here, lift and spread the sitting bones. Let your head go, back of the neck is long, the head is heavy. And slowly step the right foot forward between the hands and then walk the hands around to the long edge of the mat. The feet are nice and wide here, the toes slightly turn in so the outer edges of the feet run parallel to the outer edges of the mat. Lengthen the spine forward here, press down through the heels, lift and spread the sitting bones. Then take the left hand into the center line and extend up through the right arm to come in a twist. Press that left hand into the mat to really peel that top shoulder back and open. Hands are energized. You can either stay here or you can wrap that right hand down to the inner side of the left thigh, take a bind and extend the left arm forward. Have the palm up or palm facing down, whatever's more comfortable for you. Placing the left hand back onto the mat, extending the right arm up, stretching here. And slowly bringing the right hand down, replacing the left hand and extending the left arm up. Pressing that right hand into the mat to really peel that top shoulder back and open, energized all the way to the end of the left fingertips. Keep lifting and spreading your sitting bones. Option to stay here, or you can take the left hand down and take a bind on the inner side of the right thigh. Option to stay, or you can extend forward with the right arm and either have the palm facing up, or you can take the palm facing down, whatever's more comfortable for you. Slowly right hand comes back down to the mat. Inhale, left arm extends up, take a stretch. Then exhale, left hand comes down. Inhale, lengthen forward, look forward. Option to stay here. If you feel the stretch quite deeply here, just keep the spine parallel to the earth. Or you can start to walk the hands between the feet. Narrow the feet a little if the head touches the ground. With the fingertips facing forward, you can really kind of press the hands forward, almost as if you're going to draw yourself under the legs, but don't lock the legs out, keep the knees soft. Press down through the outer edges of the heels and really lift and spread your sitting bones. And if it's comfortable, start to stretch through your waist, stretching the crown of the head down towards the ground. Slowly you can inhale to lengthen the spine forward. Taking the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. Bending the knees here as much as you need to, especially if you feel like you're holding tension. And drawing the arms down towards the ground behind you to get a good shoulder stretch here. Make sure you're not locking the legs out. Keep the knees soft. Keep lifting and spreading through the sitting bones. And keep really relaxed through the neck. And slowly take the hands to the lower back. And then take the hands to the mat, lengthen the spine forward, stretch the spine. You can walk your hands back around to the front of your mat. And just step forward. Fold forward. Option to squeeze yourself in, or you can just let your arms hang. Getting a nice stretch here through the back of the legs. Hands to the shins, lengthen the spine forward so you can really lengthen your spine. And then exhale to fold in a little. Let's do that again. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Really press the hands, stretch the spine. Then exhale to fold in again. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Take a stretch, really lengthen the spine. And then exhale to fold. And slowly we're going to lower down here into a squat. So you can take the feet hip width apart. Take the palms together so the arms are on the inside of the legs. Arms are pressing out, legs are pressing into the arms. Really lift the spine up and out of the pelvis and keep the hips heavy here. So the hips are low, but we're stretching the spine. And we can lift the heels up nice and high. So the ankle joints really press forward. Keep the hips heavy and keep lengthening the spine and pressing out with the arms and in with the legs. You can slowly lower down. Doesn't matter if your heels don't touch the ground here. And then again, inhale up. Really lift the heels nice and high. Press the ankles forward, stretch the spine. And then exhale to lower down. And coming into a cross-legged position, can slowly just start to lean forward and take the hands forward of the legs. You can stay here if this is enough for you. You feel the stretch through the back of the hips or the glutes. If not, you can come down to the forearms. An option to stay here. Or you can rest the forehead on the forearms if it's more comfortable for you, or stretch the arms out and rest the forehead on the mat. But again, no pulling or pushing, just allowing the body to naturally unfold, naturally unravel. When you're ready, you can lift the spine up, stretch the spine. And then you'll notice one leg is in front or on top, so you just want to swap over. And then again, take the hands forward. Keep the sitting bones on the mat. Option to stay on the hands or come to the forearms, or rest the forehead down, whatever's more comfortable for you. Again, no pulling or pushing. Yeah, you just want to let the body relax. So when the body's relaxed, it's going to cultivate flexibility more than if you try to push and shove yourself into these postures. Bring your awareness to the breath. Breath moves in and out of the belly. Slowly you can start to lift the spine up. When you're ready, you can just roll over the hands and the legs and jump back to Chaturanga. You can stay here for a few breaths if you like, just to gather a little heat, a little strength, and then rest down on the belly. Good. Inhale up, come into a little baby cobra, stretching the spine, pull the shoulders back and down, then exhale to lower. And again, inhale, lift the chest, shoulders back and down, really float the heart, slight tuck under through the pelvis. Good. You can come down and just bring that right arm out in front, rest your right cheek on the hand or the arm, and then bend your left leg and reach back with your left hand and take the foot and start to squeeze the foot towards the buttocks, or if you can't feel anything, you can even draw it down to the outer edge of the hip. You don't want to feel any sensation in the knee at all. Another option, a little bit stronger, is you can come up to the forearm, really drawing that foot down so you can feel that stretch through the front of that left quadricep. Gently release and bring the left arm through. Take the left cheek down onto the left arm or hand and bend your right knee. Reach back with your right hand, take the foot, squeeze the foot towards the buttocks, or you can swivel the hand, lift the elbow and start to draw the foot down towards the outer edge of the hip a little. Again, option a little bit stronger, coming up to the forearm. Just an option though, you can stay down. Keep the breath moving, breathing deeply into the belly and slowly. Gently releasing the leg. Slowly coming up to the hands and the knees. Just stretch the spine a little here. Some cat-cows. Rounding the back as you exhale, really drawing the belly to the spine. Then inhale to drop the belly, lift the sitting bones, look forward and up. Exhale, round the back, belly to spine. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the sitting bones, look up. And exhale, belly to spine, round the back. And tuck the toes under, and you can just cruise back into your downward dog and have a stretch out here in downward dog. When you're ready, you can step through to sit and extend the legs out in front of you. Take the hands to the mat and really press the fingertips of the hands into the mat and your sitting bones to lift the spine. And then extend the arms forward and use your core. So nice and slowly tuck under through the pelvis. We're going to roll halfway down to lying. Belly draws in. Tucking the tailbone under. We're going to come halfway down again and hold for a few breaths. Keep the feet active. Nice and slowly come all the way down to the mat and take a breath here. I'm going to just do a gentle twist. So bring the legs together and pull the right knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. Then use your left hand to draw that leg across the body down to the left side of the mat and extend out with your right arm. And kind of shimmy that left shoulder out from underneath you to anchor down more through the right shoulder to come deeper into the twist. And moving the breath down to the belly and also down into the lower back if possible. All of your awareness on the breath. Gently unraveling the spine, pulling the right knee in and then extending the right leg long and pulling the left leg in. Give yourself a squeeze and then use your right hand to draw that left leg across the body and down to the right side of the mat. Left arm extends out to the left and wriggle the right shoulder out from underneath you a little to anchor down more through the left shoulder, and then draw your breath down into the lower abdomen and also the lower back. So basically moving the breath down into the rotation of the spine, creating space in the body. You might also be getting a nice hip stretch here through the back of the left glute. Gently unravel the spine, pull the left knee to the chest, and then both knees, pull them up, give them a squeeze. Nice work. Thanks for joining me. You can take your time preparing for Shavasana. If you feel the cold, make sure you grab a blanket or some socks. And then really give yourself to gravity. You want to soften all of the muscles, the tendons, the ligaments and the fascia in the body so that you can really receive this practice on a cellular level. Feel your eyes fall back into your eye sockets. Soften your lips. And relax the tongue. Notice how when you relax the tongue, the whole throat and jaw will soften. When we give ourselves this time to just pause and relax, it really allows us to fully integrate the practice. And as we integrate, this mind-body connection starts to naturally occur in this posture. And we don't have to do anything. In fact, it's best if we just do nothing. And if the mind is really busy, then just do your best observing the breath move in and out of the body. And keep bringing your awareness and your attention back to the breath, moving in and out of the body. And this will start to saturate your parasympathetic state, that relaxation response. And when we move into this space, naturally the body starts to heal instantly. And all we need to do is feel the breath coming in and feel the breath leaving the body. Really allowing the body to completely relax and staying as still as possible. If you feel like you need a little bit longer, you can just stay here. Or slowly you can pull your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your shins, give yourself a squeeze and take your time rolling out to the side. You can spend a few breaths there. And slowly you can bring yourself up to sit. Just come into cross legs and bring the hands to the heart. And as you sit here, just bring about a sense of gratitude for the body that we've been given so that we can run or practice yoga or just live our life. With gratitude, come forward, touch the earth. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful day.